The Paw Paw tree is a unique fruiting plant that is native to central Illinois. It's evolved from a more tropical setting, and its fruit is edible. Here today with more information and to show you how to properly eat a Paw Paw is Ryan. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, great to be here. It's a wonderful time of year. Paw Paws are ripe.
Okay, so I literally found out about Paw Paws this week. I had never heard of them. I didn't know they were a fruit. To me, they kind of look like a pear, but they're not. So tell me a little bit about the Paw Paw tree.
Well, as you mentioned, it's a native tree, and if you look at the other plants that are related to it, they all center around the tropics. So Paw Paw is kind of an anomaly in that it's the furthest north of the plants in its genus or its family that exist on Earth. So it has a lot of cool tropical kind of attributes. So as a landscape plant, it performs really well. It's one of my highly recommended understory, shorter trees you can plant. But if you take a look at the leaves here, it's a very tropical kind of look there.
It does. It looks like kind of something you would see on a beachy location or something like that.
Yeah, so adds a little different flair in the landscape. It's adaptable to everything from full sun to full shade. So it's very versatile in where you can plant it. It exists in the forest understory in Illinois, so it's used to dealing with sun and shade and all those different things. But another interesting attribute we talked about, and this is a little bit hard to see, but it's terminal bud. So the bud on the end of the twig
so it has a teeny, I see,
is what's called a naked bud, where if you looked at other tree buds, they have scales that kind of enclose them. This bud doesn't. And I don't know if this is historically accurate or not, but you always hear about John James Audubon, an early ornithologist and artist, would do a lot of his paintings of birds in the field, and it's rumored to have been used as a paintbrush.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can see it's really soft like a paintbrush and has that sort of,
and as a forestry student, I was taught this, and for me, that's the way I remember what this bud looks like. So it's kind of a memorable story. Again, I don't know if it's historically accurate or not, but fun to think about.
I was going to say, and I feel like even if it's not true, you could use it as that at home if you have one of these plants. And then you said that as the tree is budding or flowering before, when we were just chatting, that it has a unique, interesting smell. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it flowers very early in the season, so it's one of the first things in the woods that you'll see to flower, little tiny flowers, but interestingly, those flowers have the smell of rotting meat.
Oh, yum!
So, isn't that delicious?
So it's not a fragrant, and how sort of strong is that? So if I planted 3 of these in my yard, would my house smell like I was rotting meat all year
I don't
round?
think so. I'm enough of a nerd, I've tried to smell this, and I cannot smell it. But,
oh, interesting, okay.
But the point is, it attracts flies and other things in the tropics where you have a lot of rapid decomposition and that smell of rotting stuff around.
Oh, sure.
This attracts those type of pollinators to its flowers.
There you go. So and then, speaking of pollinators, if you want fruit, you need to have that pollination. So you had brought some Paw Paws. I've never tried Paw Paws. So can you tell us, like, sort of the proper way to eat them? I see that they have like little black seeds inside that almost look like coffee beans. If I cut a Paw Paw open, can I replant it and will it grow a new tree, or how does that all work?
You can. I've not had awesome luck planting the seeds.
Okay.
So, but you can, and there's folks that do that regularly. I'm usually buying a plant that's already been started, honestly, is how I've got most of my Paw Paws. But you can plant the seeds and they will grow.
Gotcha.
I guess another thing I get often as a question is, when are my Paw Paws ripe?
Oh, yeah.
Because you'll see these fruits all summer getting larger and larger, and it's very tempting to pick these earlier, but it's typically September before they're ripe here.
Okay.
If you can see, it started to turn a little bit yellow here, so it's went from a pale green to kind of a yellowish color, and I of course brought really ripe ones, so I wish I would have brought maybe
they're a little bit
ripe.
smushy, yeah.
But kind of like a peach goes from firm to soft, you can feel them texturally, they kind of get a little softer. But the best test, and one of my extension colleagues taught me this, is just they're dangling on the tree, is just to kind of push up a little bit, and when they're ready, they release right in your hand.
Oh, wow, okay, so you don't even have to pick them, you just push up on them and they'll fall right off.
If you're pulling them off, they're not ripe yet.
Gotcha. And is it like a peach that if you eat a peach that's not quite ripe, it's still fine, or is it better to eat these only when they're ripe?
It's still fine. It's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as soft and custardy as a ripe.
Right.
But let's talk about how you get into one of these. I've got some kind of served up ready for you to eat, but I have one that I've already cut open, but I'll go ahead and just kind of give an example here. Where there are seeds right down the middle of this fruit. So I can feel them with my knife as I'm cutting, but kind of like you separate an avocado, you know, you can just kind of pop this apart.
Oh yeah.
And then it comes out in two, but you have your seeds in here. So this side, usually one side, not as many seeds come out in. So I'm going to start with this side, but you're just kind of carefully picking out these seeds. You can use your fingers or a spoon or whatever works. And then once you get the seeds out, it's really a matter of just kind of scraping out this fruit.
The center, okay.
It's really soft. A lot of folks compare this to a banana or a cross between a mango and banana.
Okay.
So consistency of banana.
And is it like an avocado in that you don't eat the skin, or can you eat the skin?
You really don't eat the, I don't know if the skin is edible or not, but in general, it's not going to be pleasurable. It's a pretty
we're
leathery.
We're going to go with no on that.
So I'd say don't eat the skin.
Don't eat the skin.
But if you wanted to try a little sample, this is about 1 Paw Paw's worth of
custard.
Of fruit that came out.
And it's interesting because it looks like custard. It almost looks like it could be served as dessert. So I've actually never tried Paw Paw because, as I said, I didn't even know they existed until recently. So cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, that's so good.
And that's perfectly ripe. Yep.
I am such a fruit person. To me, that tastes like custard. It's like a combo of, definitely has like the banana consistency, but I feel like it's not quite as sweet. It's just got that like perfect fruit, like evenness to it.
It's not quite as sweet. That's a good way to put it. It's not quite as sweet as a banana, same consistency. But it works perfectly in any recipe you'd use a banana in. So banana bread, banana cookies, other
So you can make Paw Paw bread.
You can make jam. You can make, I've seen drinks from Paw Paw, ice cream from Paw Paw. There's lots of different things folks do with it.
Oh, that would be great as ice cream, because I'll sometimes freeze a banana and then put it in a blender with oat milk and a little bit of vanilla. But, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, well, and that's actually, my family has harvested Paw Paws for years, and that's one of the ways that we've found is most effective to save it is put this custard in ice cube trays, crack them out into a Ziploc bag, save them in the freezer for a smoothie.
Awesome.
Just like you would bananas.
That's so great. Well, thank you so much for being here and for teaching us about Paw Paws.